Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about Tiger Woods and his arrest. So Tiger Woods' lawyer, Doug Duncan, who I've known for, I first met Doug in 1993, so a pretty long time. He's one of the finest lawyers I've ever met, and certainly just a world-class criminal defense lawyer. Just a brilliant lawyer, and a super nice guy and a gentleman. So Doug was back in court today in front of a judge in Martin County. Why? Well, the state wants Tiger's medical records. Why do they want Tiger's medical records? Well, they're hoping they'll find something either in his blood or his urine. If the hospital took blood and urine, and I would imagine they probably did. And why are they so desperate for the medical records? Because I don't think they have any evidence. I mean, and I've been pretty vocal about this. I told you when I was a prosecutor for 5 years in Palm Beach County. And during that time, I was the chief of 2 different county court divisions. And as a result, I used to file these cases. Every week a different division chief would file cases, and we'd have to review them and decide if we were going to make a filing decision or not file the case, right? Depending on what it was. I have to tell you, everything I've looked at in this case tells me there's no evidence. I would not have filed this case. I simply wouldn't have done. And I discussed this with a former colleague of mine, and he came to the same conclusion. There's no evidence here upon which you can really, in my opinion, come to the conclusion that Tiger was driving while impaired. I mean, really, what evidence do you have other than a couple of pills in his pocket? Well, just because there's pills in his pocket doesn't mean to say that he was under the influence of pills. Maybe he was waiting to take them. Maybe they'd been in his pocket for days or even weeks. He forgot about them. We don't know. But it doesn't matter that we don't know, because the state, and the state only, has the burden of proof. But every county handles these things differently. Every state attorney in each county has different policies. And obviously, the state attorney in Martin County has decided they should file the case. Okay, they've made that decision. Now they want Tiger's medical records, because while they've made the decision to file the case, it doesn't mean to say that ultimately Tiger's going to get convicted. And I think based on what I've read, and seen in the videos which I shared with you guys, I don't think there's enough evidence here to convict him. And I know Doug Duncan well and a long time. I mean, I think that my money says Doug's getting an acquittal on this case if the case gets tried. And it sounds like it may be going in that direction. But the state is now going on a fishing expedition to try and gather some evidence because they don't have any, right? But even if they do find something in those records, right? They find something in the blood or in the urine, then the issue becomes, okay, how do you connect what you find in his system to the accident, to his driving? How do you come to the conclusion that he was impaired? Okay, it's a bit of a leap, and I hope they're going to have an expert witness, because they're going to need one. And I'm sure if they have one, Doug will have one too. But I think this is a fishing expedition. It really is. And if there's anybody out there who's watched this video, who's done criminal defense work, and even a former prosecutor, if you think otherwise, I'm all ears. I'm certainly open to having the debate. But I think in Palm Beach County, I wouldn't have filed this case. I really wouldn't have done. But it is what it is. And so, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think one of the things I think that Doug had asked for was some type of protection for those records so that not everybody could get them. In other words, Doug's like, okay, if you're going to get the records now because you're going to subpoena them, and the judge is allowing them, has granted the state's request to issue that subpoena because Doug had objected, and rightly so, right? But the judge has said, no, I'm going to let the state have them. So Doug has also said, look, okay, when they get them, I don't want the whole world getting them. I don't want them being, open to the public, right? They can see them. I can see them. We can share them with any experts that need to review them, but we don't want the whole world seeing these things, right? Because how does that help Tiger's case? It probably doesn't. And now he's being tried in the court of public opinion. So an interesting development in Tiger's case. I still don't think he's getting convicted. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. I enjoy doing some commentary on these cases, but let me know what you think. Do you think Tiger's guilty? Do you think they'll find something? Do you think even if they do, they'll get a conviction? Let me know your thoughts. Tell me what you think. And if you're a family out there and you are dealing with a loved one who has substance use, mental health issues, and you're tired of the chaos, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, either they won't go to treatment or they won't stay in treatment long enough for you to finally be done with this, to experience what we call the miracle of recovery. If you are tired of that and you want to have a conversation, let me know. Let's talk about what options may or may not be available, both legal and non-legal, and sometimes a combination of both. So please reach out to us. If there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. I will make you a video. Just post in the comments, because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's. And I make these videos so you can get the information that you need, and then you can decide if you want to pick up the phone to us. So please post. And if you like this if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. It helps. It helps with the algorithm, so they tell me. And it helps to get this content out in front of more people so we can help more people, which is the goal here, okay? And if you like this content, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.